Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. Windows is the worst thing ever. I just lost more than 2 videos of recording because after the last update it decided to not let OBS bind key bindings anymore, so my start recording button is not working. I had to rebind it and now it's working again. So, also, the last recording that I tried to do also didn't work out because Windows decided that it's a great time to make a pop-up of prompting to restart for an update again. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time, otherwise I will be very annoyed. So we have Javelin missiles launched. A distress beacon has been detected from a colony on the planet Watson. Terminus Systems, Sigurd's Cradle. Javelin Mark II missiles have been launched from missile silo on Watson's moon Franklin and are aimed at the colony itself. Okay, so it's Watson launched from Franklin, which is the moon. Enter the missile base on Watson's moon Franklin and stop the Javelin Mark II missiles. If we can't shoot them down, I guess. So let's do that. Thankfully, it is very close by. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe before doing that I should do something else. Because otherwise I might miss something. But before doing that, let's go talk to some people on the ship. Because we haven't talked to a few. Most importantly, Samara. We actually haven't talked to Samara since the completion of the mission.
Morinth haunted my dreams and waking hours equally. For the first time in 400 years, I am free. I am a ruined vessel of sorrow and regret, but I am free. It is not a feeling I can describe.
You said that Morinth was a monster, but she was still your daughter.
She was the strongest and smartest. She would not accept the injustice thrust upon her. She fought to the end. I am so proud of her, Shepard.
Yeah, that does sound kind of weird.
You killed her for being what she was.
And I would again. But I also know what it means to leave everything behind and fight. Do you realize that she went on the run at the age of 40? I do not know human years well, but it is very young for Asari.
Well, I guess that does make sense.
You did your duty. What about your feelings?
One of my daughters is dead. My hopes, my dreams were all bound up in my children. Still, my feelings have always come after my duty. The same is true of you.
Well, you do have the other daughters. Hey, we do know how that goes, given that we have read her dossier. But anyway.
Was it worth it?
It was never a question of worth, but of need. I had to take the action I did, as did she. This was never a story that would have a happy outcome.
What will you do now that Morinth is gone?
Assuming I survive your mission, I am a Justicar. Injustice still exists, and perhaps even other Ardat Yakshi.
Okay. You said that there were no more Ardat Yakshi.
I thought Ardat Yakshi were extremely rare.
Asari have spread to many worlds. There are remote regions with no government oversight. If I travel to those worlds and they do exist, I will find them.
Well, it's nice that the game actually does acknowledge that.
There's no way to correct the condition Morinth had?
We are an advanced species, but we don't have magic. When the trait manifests at maturity, it is too late for mitigation. It only occurs in purebloods like myself. Perhaps that is the root of the stigma regarding Asari-exclusive pairings. I don't know.
Morinth claimed that her condition was the future of the Asari race.
Morinth would say anything that served her cause. Ardat Yakshi are sterile, Shepard. That wouldn't be a particularly viable future for my people.
Fair enough.
You don't want to settle down?
I did. I returned to my homeworld and tried to start a family. I will fight and struggle all my life. That is my fate. When I die, it will not be in bed. I am at peace with that.
You still control the direction of your life.
I have chosen this path. I truly am at peace, due in no small part to you.
Still a Justicar, eh? Well, alright. But no, let's also talk to Kasumi.
So quiet around here. I miss the crew.
The crew? We had a crew at some point, what?
It must have been really hard for Samara to ask you to help kill her own daughter. She told me she really appreciated your help. As hardcore as she is, I'm not sure she could have done it without you.
Fair enough.
I'm not really sure what to do with myself. Not much call for thievery aboard a ship. The Normandy runs so quietly. I'm not used to hearing my footsteps when I walk.
Yep, nothing new.
Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
And also...
Do you need something?
You mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all.
There's something else I'd like to talk about.
Ask.
Have a few minutes to talk?
Later. I'd like to consider what we've already discussed.
I should go.
I shall return to my meditations.
So Thane has nothing to say anymore. And... actually, nobody else here has anything more to say either. But hey, I can always go for...
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
Talk to you later,
Calibrations.
Garrus.
I'll be here if you need me.
Alright. But yeah, so I wanted to cover that part, because otherwise I might actually miss more dialogue. I don't think we're quite yet done talking to Samara. But let's let's stop talking while there are missiles being launched at a colony. You know? I'm sure everyone's going to be fine. But here's Watson, where the colony itself is. Watson is known in human media for two things: a spectacular tides brought on by a large moon, and the bureaucratic snafu over which Earth nations got to settle there first. Watson is a garden world, first discovered in 2165 CE, with credit claimed by the Chinese People's Federation, the United North American States, and the European Union. The Systems Alliance brokered the infamous Reykjavik Compromise, allowing limited colonization from each coalition in cities comprised of populations from each nation. Watson itself trends colder than Earth, with a temperate zone measuring about 30 degrees latitude in either direction from the equator. Its life does not easily map to Earth's evolutionary eras. Some islands have species that resemble terrestrial placental mammals, others are overrun by arthropods. It is estimated that at least 2 more generations of xenozoologists will be needed to properly classify all the species of the planet. Not sure how that works, considering that they would have to be very immobile in order to not be able to go to other islands. Like, it makes sense for there to be different species on different islands, but not different orders? It's kind of weird. Okay, so orbital distance is 2, quite far away. So period is long as well. Radius is a bit smallish, I guess, maybe. Day length is a bit long. Low pressure, wow. And yeah, in the habitable zone it's okay, but otherwise it's quite cold. Yeah, so it's colder and only some places can be inhabited. Makes sense. And now there might be nothing that is inhabitable.
Anomaly detected.
Franklin. A large moon, Franklin retains a trace atmosphere of carbon dioxide, but its desolate surface holds no signs of water or life. In order to defend Watson from the pirates of the Terminus Systems, Franklin is home to 2 Alliance spaceports and naval bases, capable of fielding 6 fighter squadrons each, and a classified number of interplanetary ballistic missiles. Mass Effect fields keep the gravity on its installations at a comfortable level for long-term living. 33 Earth days around Watson, and the same amount of time around Skepsis as Watson itself. Of course, it's small, long day length, no atmosphere, very cold. Makes sense. So, how did missiles get launched from here if it's a pretty good Alliance base?
Javelin Mark II missile launch detected. Report to hazard shelters immediately. Launch detected. Report to hazard shelters immediately.
I have found something.
Anomaly detected. Scans detect an Alliance colony defended by a Javelin Mark II missile base. A distress signal indicates that the base is compromised by batarians who have launched 2 missiles at the Alliance colony. Total destruction of colony is imminent. 0 probability of survivors if missiles strike. Find the control panel in the Javelin Mark II missile base. Time of impact calculated. Landing party will have 5 minutes to deactivate the missiles after shuttle touchdown. Well, that's nice calculations. But yes. Somehow batarians are here and they managed to infiltrate the military base. That's weird, but okay. Let's go deal with that. So, you might remember the mission where we had Geth on a ship, and it was timed. Well, this time we have batarians on a ship, and it's timed. And I guess I'll add Grunt, because it's been a while since we've had him on the squad, and he deals a pretty good amount of damage, especially from close quarters. I probably want to give him his shotgun. It's probably not the best idea in any case, but it should do the trick. And do I want to change from the arc projector? Probably. Let's switch to the collector particle beam for the time being. So, as usual, we have very limited time. We need to move.
Warning.
There was a battle here.
Yeah, there was a battle here. And 2 missiles are indeed approaching the colony. That's a lot of batarians. Is there a way to explode all of them? Crystal Blast might do it. Yes, nice.
Contact. Target eliminated.
Okay, that was relatively efficient. But as usual, there are doors that we need to bypass in real time. So let's get moving. Okay. Fair enough. That's a lot of batarians. guy's pretty much dead.
Vulnerable in enemy shot.
Okay. There are more of them, but we need to move. Okay. Once again, that's quite efficient. Let's move up again. Oh, these are commanders. Okay, be careful. I guess from this distance it's still okay for him to have a assault rifle rather than a shotgun.
On the ground! Ow! You left right in the head!
Okay, once again, we're being quite efficient.
Under fire.
There we go. Oh. There are power cells. Got to get those. And more batarians. I'm not sure where though. Sure this isn't in the way. More Alliance soldiers. Fine palladium. Get that. And missile silo. Door to bypass. Let's go. Wow, again, that is very simple. But 3 minutes left. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This guy also has an ammo power. That's not good. Let's make sure that he doesn't fire at all. Come on.
Headshot!
Nice. Okay, let's move. Stop those missiles. Kill switch console. It's also a hack. So we need to be fast here too. And hope that the game actually gives us what it's asking for. There we go.
There is only one remaining kill switch code. Therefore, only one missile can be stopped. Use the kill switch code to save your selected target.
Missile Fire Control Center. Warning, insufficient kill switch codes remain for both engaged missiles. We have a choice. Spaceport Industrial District. Missile 1 target, Spaceport Industrial District. Apply kill switch to protect Alliance interests and tactical viability, albeit at the cost of hundreds of lives in the city. Or Residential District. Missile 2 target, Capital City. Apply kill switch here to save the city and hundreds of lives. With its industrial area destroyed, however, this colony will no longer be viable and will have to be evacuated. So this is a mini Vermeer. We cannot save both, and we need to choose. But, you know John, it's very clear what he would do. Always do things that are right.
Objective complete.
There's also wall safe. So the colony is safe, but the spaceport has been destroyed. Also, there's a sword here. Just an Easter egg. Not sure why it's there, but hey. Also, in case you were wondering, This is the place where batarians spawn from. There's nothing there. And then the other place, if you go through the other side, it actually leads back to the entrance. Let's see, 77. And this place also doesn't really have anything else. That's another door that's always closed. And let's break crates. And have to do stay every time. Now we can leave. Prevented batarian radicals from destroying colony in Franklin. Protected colony's residential core. Thousands of lives saved. Elusive man. I believe you are confused. The colony is on Watson. Unless he meant that prevented batarian radicals on Franklin from destroying colony. That would make more sense. Also, he says thousands of lives saved. The console said hundreds of lives. But I guess the elusive man in this case is probably more correct, because if the capital city only has hundreds of lives, that would be very weird. Even if it is a colony. Pointless experience, got all the credits, and some palladium. But perhaps, most importantly, we have finished this chain of assignments. And there is nothing else for us that we need to do immediately. So, in fact, the next thing I want to do is to go back to the Shadow Broker base and do the last things that we need to do. Prepare for the suicide mission once again. And yes, we do have some assignments still left, unfinished, but that is fine. They're not very important anyway. Now, I know from trying that videos have nothing new. So I'm not even going to bother going to look at them. We still have 4 dossiers to go through. I wonder what the delivery pickup will give. Yeah, okay, so it does give something. Even though this is the same recording session as when I also picked it up. But since this is a previous save, there's no problem in giving that once again. If we look at the investment opportunities, there are no missions currently available. We've done everything that we could. So let's just go through some of the dossiers that we have not gone through. The next one is in fact of Arya Tilok, de facto leader of Omega. 3 centuries of commando experience. Aloof, paranoid, excellent organizational and management skills. And yes, audio transmission transcript. Recording taken on Omega, Afterlife nightclub, private room, 04:14 AM. Door opens and closes. Enrix. Oh, what the... Arya. Kalus Enrix. Who the hell are... Hey! Don't bother. Those shackles don't have a release catch. You mistake me for one of your clients or something, lady? Let me out. This was very good. The Turian's been at Afterlife for a week. Usually I spot them earlier. Spot what? I know you're listening through that speaker hidden in Enrix's collar. I bet Enrix doesn't even know who he's really spying for, does he, Shadow Broker? Shadow what? I don't know any... Wait, what are you doing? You don't play favorites, Broker. I admire that. But what I don't like is how you think anything twitches a muscle on Omega without my knowing it. Oh, damn it, my face! Feel free to waste as many lives as you want, sending your agents down to my world. Okay, listen, I'm working for a guy, but it's not what you think. I'm not... Ugh! Door opens and closes. Recording ends. Note, Kalus Enrix's death has not yet compromised our other agent placed in the Afterlife nightclub. So, they're spying on one another, I guess. And indeed, it makes sense that a few things do tend to slip by Arya's notice, even though she doesn't really like to admit that. We know that. And then Afterlife Planning Session Correspondence, from Arya T'Loak to Churkas Flynn, Events Coordinator. Topic: Afterlife Entertainment. Flynn, here's what I want set up for next month. 1. Sinya Sisters. They're good, but I don't want them performing so close to the Beck Burlesque act when it comes back from the mining colonies. String out the flesh shows. 2. Pit Fight. Too many Vorcha. No one's going to pay to see those little goblins eat each other when they do it on the streets for free. Get me some Krogan and enough humans to keep them busy for an hour. 3. That singer in tomorrow's band is from Eclipse. I'm surprised you didn't spot it. Bring him to me after last call. 4. Henner Jugglers. Before you sent me the vid, I thought you were joking. Book them. I could use a laugh. 5. We should consider making the casino ship a VIP-only event, hand out passes to people who need killing, and let them do it for me. There was more blood than credits on the table after the shootout for last week's jackpot. So I guess Arya also runs the entertainment part of Omega. Managing a lot of things, eh? But yes, so that will be all for now. I'm going to stop this a bit earlier to be safe. And actually, I'm just going to override this because this is my other save. So, see you all next time once we read more dossiers. Later.